Have you ever felt like your heart is racing for no reason, your mind spinning in endless circles, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to calm yourself down? You're not broken. You're not alone. Today, we're opening the door to a part of the mind many of us experience but rarely talk about openly: anxiety. Hey there. Welcome back to Behind Your Mind. I'm so glad you're here today because what we're about to explore could change the way you see yourself and those around you. Anxiety is real. It's powerful. And understanding it is the first step to mastering it. Take a deep breath. Let's walk through this together. Imagine this. You're lying in bed after a long day, your body exhausted but your mind racing. Thoughts are spinning, work deadlines, an awkward conversation from earlier, that what if worry about the future. Your heart pounds faster even though there's no real threat around you. Why does this happen? That experience right there, that's anxiety stepping in. While it feels overwhelming, it's actually your brain trying to protect you, but sometimes going overboard. What is anxiety, really? At its core, anxiety is your mind's alarm system. It's designed to warn you about danger, like a smoke detector blaring when it senses fire. But sometimes that alarm system becomes too sensitive, and it goes off even when you're just making toast, not facing a real threat. Anxiety is a natural, ancient response. It helped our ancestors survive, warning them about predators, storms, or dangerous situations. In today's world, though, the predators are emails, social pressure, unpaid bills, or uncertainty about our future. I remember a time not too long ago. I was about to step on stage to speak in front of a crowd. My hands were shaking, my heart was pounding like a drum, and my mind kept screaming, "Run away." But logically, I knew. I was just giving a talk. Nobody was going to attack me. Still, my body reacted like it was facing a tiger. That's anxiety in action. It doesn't always make sense, but it's real and it's powerful. Here's a surprising insight. Anxiety isn't the enemy. In small doses, anxiety is helpful. It sharpens your senses, pushes you to prepare, and can even improve performance. Think of athletes before a big game or students before an important exam. That jittery feeling can fuel focus. The problem starts when anxiety becomes constant, overwhelming, or paralyzing. When it stops helping and starts hurting. Not all anxiety looks the same. It wears many different faces, such as generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, worrying excessively about everyday things, often without clear reason. Social anxiety, fear of being judged, rejected, or embarrassed in social settings. Panic disorder, sudden, intense panic attacks that seem to come out of nowhere. Phobias, specific fears about objects or situations like flying or heights. Health anxiety, obsessive worry about being sick even when you're not. Each one is valid. Each one deserves understanding, not judgment. Anxiety can have many roots: biology, genetics, brain chemistry, even differences in how we process emotions. Life experiences, trauma, major losses, unstable environments. Personality. Highly sensitive people often experience deeper emotional responses. Lifestyle. Poor sleep, too much caffeine, lack of social support. Often, it's not one single cause, it's a mix. Like a cocktail where every ingredient makes the overall flavor stronger. Another key insight. Anxiety feeds on uncertainty. The more unknowns we face about our health, future, relationships, the more anxious we tend to feel. Our brains crave certainty, and when we can't get it, anxiety tries to fill the gap, usually by imagining worst-case scenarios. That's why big life changes, even good ones, often spike anxiety levels. The first step in coping with anxiety isn't to fight it. It's to recognize it without judgment. When you notice anxiety rising, pause for a moment. Acknowledge it gently, like saying, "Oh, hey, anxiety. I see you." Naming your emotions gives you power over them. It reminds you that feelings are visitors, not permanent residents. One of the simplest tools against anxiety is something you do every day without thinking: breathing. But intentional breathing is different. Try this. Inhale slowly for 4 counts. Hold your breath gently for 4 counts. Exhale slowly for 6 counts.
Repeat.
This simple act helps reset your nervous system, signaling to your body that it's safe. Anxiety loves dragging us into imagined futures. Grounding is the act of anchoring yourself in the present moment. You can try naming 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. Grounding brings you back to now, where more often than not, you're okay. Many of us make anxiety worse by criticizing ourselves for feeling it. We say things like, I shouldn't feel this way, or I'm so weak. But anxiety is not a character flaw. It's a human experience. Practice speaking to yourself like you would to a beloved friend. It's okay to feel this way. I'm doing my best. Sometimes anxiety is bigger than we can handle alone. And that's not failure. That's reality. Seeking support from a therapist, counselor, or doctor can be life-changing. There's no shame in getting help. In fact, it's an incredible act of courage. If anxiety feels overwhelming, remember, you don't have to solve everything overnight. Small steps matter. 1 calming breath. 1 honest conversation. 1 tiny decision towards self-care. Anxiety wants you to believe it's all or nothing, but healing is built 1 small step at a time. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today. Understanding anxiety is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. And remember, you are so much more than your fear. If today's story resonated with you, I'd love to hear about your experiences. Have you ever faced anxiety? How did you cope? Share your journey in the comments below. You never know who your story might help. And finally, please remember, this conversation is a guide, but it's not a substitute for professional advice. If anxiety is affecting your daily life, don't hesitate to reach out to a qualified mental health professional. You deserve support. You deserve peace. And hey, if this episode helped you understand yourself or someone else just a little better, please consider subscribing, liking, or just sharing this with someone who might need it. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and remember, I'm right here with you, behind your mind.